students and viewers at home. Welcome to our online lessons of today. I am Chukwuelue Helen, a former from St. Charles College, Onitsha, of Government Department. Our topic of today's lesson will be on problems or limitations to the application of the rule of law. Specific objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students will be able to 1. Discuss 6 limitations to the application of the rule of law. 2. Outline 6 ways to safeguard the rule of law. 3. Write the 2 questions inside your classwork. The rule of law, as analyzed by Professor A.V. Dicey, is subjected to 1 limitations or the other, and this makes the enforcement of rule of law difficult on certain special circumstances. That the rule of law is hindered with certain problems, which are as follows. 1. State of emergency. The declaration of state of emergency during the outbreak of war or crisis negates the rights of citizens. Secondly, immunity of heads of states. Head of states may not appear in court or be prosecuted. So, this makes application of rule of law to be in ring, and the citizens do not enjoy the privileges given to the heads of states. So, this makes the equality of all to be in ring, showing that some are more equal than the others. Number 3, diplomatic immunity. Diplomats cannot be prosecuted in the country where they are residing as representative of their countries. For example, if they go contrary to any rule, they can be repatriated or deported by the host countries or recalled back home. 4. Parliamentary immunity. The lawmakers cannot be prosecuted because of the statements, utterances, or comments they make in the premises of parliamentary building. Number 5, special administrative tribunals or extrajudicial bodies. These special tribunals are set up by the government to exercise functions like judicial nature, but they are not regular courts or regular law courts. So it is a negation to the principle of rule of law because they are not trained in the law professions and they can exercise arbitrarily. Number 4, delayed justice. Justice is supposed to be in the principles of rule of law, which is equality of all citizens. But you find out that some individuals spend years in custody with their cases frequently postponed. Number 7, age limits and insanity. Children under the age of 7 cannot be prosecuted by the law courts, and the mentally retarded persons cannot be prosecuted by the law court. So the rule of law does not apply to the age limit and insanity, people under age. Number 8 is delegated legislation. Delegated legislation is a negation to the rule of law because bodies that are not the parliament are empowered to make laws. So it is a negation to the rule of law. Number 9, wealth. The wealthy, the rich, and the privileged often use their wealth and position to pervert justice. For example, they can lie to the police so that the actual truth may not be found. Then, number 10 is police excesses. Police sometimes unlawfully detain, brutalize, arrest and torture citizens for a mere committing of an offense. This is common in some developing countries. So it's a negation on the rule of law. 11 is customs and traditions. Customs and traditions of some particular people negate the application of the rule of law. Number 12. The military in politics. Military on intervention in politics normally suspend the constitutions. So it is a limitation to the rule of law. Security of the states. The security agencies of the states sometimes detain, arrest, confiscate people's things without due process of law. So this negates the application of the rule of law. The type of government adopted in the country, like military rule and one-party system, is autocratic and dictatorial. It is not the best practices of rule of law. So democracy is best suitable for the rule of law. Number 15. Having learned the limitations to the application of rule of law, now let us see how this rule of law can be safeguarded. In other words, we say factors that can ensure the successful operation of the rule of law. One is independence of the judiciary. Judiciary independence and impartiality will ensure a successful operation of the rule of law. Independence of the judiciary means where the judiciary is free from interference of executive and the legislation. Thus, they can protect the rights of the citizens, and the citizens can run to them for protection whenever their rights are violated or infringed upon. The number 2 is public trials. Trial of the accused persons must be made public and covered by the journalists. Number 3 is press freedom. There must be a press freedom or freedom of the press, and should not be censored or gagged or prevented to express their views or opinions without restrictions. Then number 4 is quick dispensation of justice. Like I stated earlier, that justice demands the principles of rule of law and equality of citizens to ensure a successful application of rule of law. So justice must not be delayed or denied. Number 5 is unlawful detention. The police and law enforcement agencies must not detain people unlawfully, and any suspects must not be detained for more than 24 hours without releasing such person to the law courts. Number 6, the organs of government should be separated and with proper checks and balances applied to it. Number 7 is democracy. The political system must operate in accordance with the principles of democracy, like rule of law, political equality, and popular sovereignty. Number 8. Right appeal. Citizens should have the right to appeal against any judgment of lower courts or high courts. Number 9, basic education. Citizens should be given basic education for them to know their rights and to be able to identify such rights when they are violated and seek court redress. Number 10 is constitution. There must be supremacy of the constitution, which must be written, and the rights of citizens well spelled out, their duties and obligations also entrenched in the constitution. Haven't understood the lesson? Now, let us ask the following questions. 1. Discuss 6 limitations to the application of the rule of law. Number 2, outline 6 ways to safeguard the rule of law. And then lastly, write these 2 questions inside your classwork. Thank you, my dear students, for your listening. You can contact me with my WhatsApp number of 070-68216-417. Happy viewing and listening. May God bless you.